What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled Patriarchy For Hire. I've talked about how in some ways feminism, what it separated families is that, you wind up paying for the things that dad used to be able to do. So now I'm going to take this a step further. Because as society has this, split between the genders, and the marriage rates are going south, and guys are looking at marriage as a bad deal, and thus the book like Men on Strike and stuff like that, and how more guys are what you call taking the red pill, I would say, and they got these guys out here giving you game about female nature, and women giving you game about female nature, and also giving people a heads up of what is probably around the corner, or situations that they've been through, so you don't have to go through them yourself. So just my opinion is they're going to be guys who have skill sets, and society is going to have a new business model, and one of them is going to be patriarchy. Because I've said it before, our current system of parenting, or matriarchal type parenting, has took a lot of the skill sets out of society. So you have a lot of women who can't teach their sons how to be men, and can't teach their daughters how to interact with men or attract men. So what's going to wind up happening is, like I said, in the small ways, because women have went to this independent stuff, and some of them are trying to get into femininity again, but I think they're going to have to earn that spot, just in my opinion. What's going to wind up happening is, just like you got to pay a plumber to fix what's going on in your house, it's usually a guy. It's patriarchy for hire. You got to pay a mechanic, patriarchy for hire. You got to pay a landscaper, patriarchy for hire, But you're going to have to start paying for different things too. You see, a lot of the stuff that women used to do, used to be able to go out with guys. You see how that's kind of slowed down, and people more so into going Dutch. You ask for independence, you got it. Now you want chivalry back. No. So now, they had these guys that I remember like a year ago, the guys who are getting paid to come over to your house and just cuddle with you, right? In some ways, what you would do if you had a man who would stay in your life, he would hold you at night. Now you got to hire somebody to do that. You burn bridges with your family, so your support system doesn't watch your kids as much because you burnt that bridge as far as not compensating those people. So what's gonna happen? You're looking for men to come into your life and interact with you and help you raise your kids and pay your bills and all that other stuff. So what's going to happen is the reverse. There's going to be guys who come along who used to, when you have your little league coaches who help raise people's kids, and they get thrown under the bus if those kids become successful, like they never helped them, and ignore them. Well, what people are going to start doing is charging. And some of you ladies felt like, oh, you was getting charged because you was having sex with these guys, and these guys wouldn't do something for nothing, and some of these guys would exploit you sexually. It's going to get worse than that, because you didn't appreciate when the guys were helping. Even in the ones that weren't getting sex for you either. You didn't appreciate those guys either. So what's going to happen is, I can see, your kids need discipline. You have to pay somebody for that. I can see boot camps and boy summer camps coming back into existence. Well, I got to get my son right. Well, you got to pay for somebody to do that, to discipline them and give them structure like they should have had if they had a father or a patriarch in the family. Excuse me. Because what's going to wind up happening is you can't control your kids. A lot of mothers and single mothers haven't taught their children respect, discipline, structure, honor, integrity, that type of stuff. Spirituality, like principles, And because of this, you have to pay somebody for that. And, you should do it for the goodness of your heart. I just said earlier that for people who say you should do it from the goodness of your heart. I stated earlier, people have taken advantage of that for so long, you're going to have to pay for it now. When your daughter's looking for a guy and she's going about it, you're going to have to pay a guy to talk to your daughter and teach your daughter how to communicate with men, how to navigate the landscape of men, how to see what guy is good for what and what guy is good for this, and what guy is a long-term success, what guy is a long-term failure. You're gonna have to pay a guy to educate you on which direction to go, because you're gonna need a patriarch for hire. You're not gonna waste his time. There's gonna be guys who are out here like, you know what? Since you didn't listen for free, you got to pay. The reason I say that is because one thing, even on the internet, with the advent of YouTube, Patreon, people subscribing to pages and stuff like that, and having these private groups and where you have to, with the women or people who want to get new information, like if you want financial information, you join a group. If you want information to better yourself, you join a group, you'll pay for it. There's going to be a group for women, because there's already groups where women have to congregate with themselves so they can navigate the world. So there's going to come up with groups that, look, I'm going to help you. You join this group, I'm going to help you raise your son. You join this group, I'm going to help you raise your daughter. Your kids don't have any direction. If you join this group, I'll give your kids direction. And people, well, where the fathers at? Well, the problem with that is a lot of people have put a wedge between fathers and children to the point where the children are scared to even talk to their fathers when they find out their fathers did nothing wrong because they had been lied to. So that's another reason why it creates an opportunity as a business to be a patriarch for hire. And for y'all who know this, Joe Montana had to take his son to a quarterback coach because he just wouldn't listen to dad. So this even goes for people who have their kids and can give their kids valuable information. They just don't want to listen to their dad. So, it's going to be a business, And is it unfortunate? I don't think so. I think it's going to show who really is down for their kids, because a lot of times you have these people collecting money for these children, but never giving them a direction to go in. So you have these kids who are sometimes overly emotional, who aren't critical thinkers, who are very impulsive, and aren't responsible. And what they need is a change of mindset. Swift kick in the pants, but a change of mindset. And I think what's going to wind up happening, because you're going to see the difference between kids who have a patriarch in their life and the direction and trajectory of their lives, and you're gonna want that for your kids because you weren't able to provide it. So it's gonna become a service. Because to get back on track, you're gonna have to have somebody who knows how to get back on track. And it's just my opinion that a lot of you ladies are gonna have to deal with that. Even to the extent that some of you ladies are gonna start dating men, it's gonna start costing you. So if you really want a man in your life or a husband, you're gonna have to pay for it too, because some of you've taken too much advantage of you've had friend zone too many people, or you've been a dinner whore with too many people, or you've nitpicked your way out of so many relationships. The only way to see if you're really serious is if you're gonna pay. If you're willing to part with your hard-earned money to actually show a guy that you're into him, and you're willing to do something for him. Because a lot of times what a lot of guys are talking about is a lot of women aren't willing to do anything for men. You're selfish and self-centered. So, and when guys ask, what do you bring to the table, a lot of women can't say anything. So if y'all working and y'all making money, you're going to have to break bread now. And it's coming, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but who knows? We out.